After the scandal surrounding Kim Sae Ron and his alleged relationship with the late Kim Sae Ron erupted last March, things have only escalated. And now, the latest developments suggest that Soo Hyun may be heading straight into a legal firestorm. It all began in the weeks following Sae Ron's passing. A source close to her family came forward, claiming she had been in a relationship with Soo Hyun since she was just 15 years old. That revelation sent shockwaves across the internet, and almost immediately, new accusations began to flood in, alleging all kinds of misbehavior by Soo Hyun. Public opinion turned. Rapidly, sponsors backed away. Casting directors hit delete. Within days, Soo Hyun was dropped from every upcoming project, and endorsement deals torn to shreds. In a move meant to defend his reputation, Soo Hyun held a press conference, but instead of cooling the flames, it only poured gasoline on the fire. His denials, seen as evasive, his explanations, unconvincing. The backlash, relentless. Then came the lawsuits. Soo Hyun and Sae Ron's family began filing legal complaints against each other, and it didn't stop there. Gold medalist Soo Hyun's agency and the controversial YouTube channel Garosero Institute, who first exposed the story, were also pulled into the legal storm. From bad to worse. News outlets began reporting that gold medalist was on the brink of financial collapse. But Soo Hyun? Sued by advertisers, sued by production companies, all because their projects were forced to shut down. Back in April, it was first reported 2 advertising companies had filed lawsuits against him, demanding full repayment of modeling fees plus additional damages. The total, over $2 million, 0 cents. But that was just the beginning. More companies, both in South Korea and abroad, began filing their own suits, each one demanding millions in damages. And now that these lawsuits are making their way through court, the consequences are getting very real. On June 11th, it was revealed. Cosmetics and skincare company Classes unsuccessfully seized one of Soo Hyun's luxury apartments. The unit, one of 3 he purchased at Galleria 4 back in 2013, was taken after he reportedly failed to repay $2.00, 19 million in penalties. Just days later, Malaysian electronics brand Cuckoo obtained asset seizure orders around $73,500, 0 cents, frozen across Soo Hyun's bank accounts and loan holdings. But it didn't end there. Health supplement company From Bio filed suit for $2.00, 9 million. Cosmetics brand Dinto, through its parent company Trendmaker, filed a separate compensation case worth $362,000, 0 cents. In total, Soo Hyun and gold medalist are now facing active lawsuits demanding at least $5, 0 cents, 4 million. And that number? Still climbing. As more advertisers continue to come forward, online, netizens are demanding justice. Some argue that every brand that ever worked with Soo Hyun should seek compensation, including Disney, which was forced to indefinitely postpone their upcoming drama, Knockoff, due to the scandal. Others say $5 million, 0 cents isn't nearly enough. They cite Soo Hyun's reported wealth and demand even harsher penalties. But while the corporate lawsuits are gaining momentum, the legal war between Soo Hyun and Sae Ron's family is becoming even more explosive. On May 7th, attorneys representing Sae Ron's family and Garosero Institute held a press conference, and what they revealed shocked everyone. During the briefing, they played an audio recording. In the clip, Sae Ron can allegedly be heard admitting that her first physical encounter with Soo Hyun happened when she was in middle school, just 13 or 14 years old. Following this revelation, attorneys announced they had filed a criminal complaint accusing Soo Hyun of coercing a minor into obscene acts. They didn't stop there. In response to Soo Hyun's defamation lawsuit against Sae Ron's family, the attorneys filed a counter-lawsuit accusing him of making false public claims. Then came the most disturbing allegation of all. According to the attorneys, an informant who held critical evidence in Sae Ron's case was approached in the U.S. by two individuals who tried to bribe him. When he refused, they assaulted him. An investigation into the attack is ongoing, but the attorneys hinted that Soo Hyun himself may have been behind the attempt. These new accusations, they triggered a firestorm online. Some netizens are calling for Soo Hyun to be imprisoned, others casting doubt on the authenticity of the recordings. Gold medalist, meanwhile, has denied everything, stating that the audio recordings were manipulated and that the claims are false. In the aftermath of the explosive press conference, supporters of Soo Hyun fought back. Some claimed the recordings were AI-generated. Others dismissed the informant's injuries as fabricated. Online, voices argued that the private photos and messages allegedly exchanged between Sae Ron and Soo Hyun had been digitally altered. Then came another bombshell. SBS reporter Gong Young-yoon posted on her blog, stating that she had filed a legal complaint against Garosero Institute. Her allegation? That the audio recordings shared during the press conference had been artificially created using AI. She also revealed something else. The informant behind the tapes? He had once contacted her, but she didn't trust him. According to her, this person was a con artist, just looking for money. The public didn't know what to believe. Amid all the confusion, some netizens decided to investigate for themselves, analyzing the recordings independently, and according to their findings, there were no signs of AI manipulation. The metadata hadn't been touched. All evidence pointed to one conclusion: the recordings were real. Meanwhile, controversial YouTuber Lee Jin-ho, and was named by Sae Ron as one of the people who hurt her the most, released a video of his own. In it, he tried to discredit the attorney representing Sae Ron's family, Byu Ji-suk, by showing images of him partying in a club. The chaos only grew. That same lawyer was later reported to Korea's National Human Rights Commission for allegedly offering incorrect legal advice. And just when people thought the situation couldn't get any more bizarre, another twist hit the headlines. A few days later, the Consulate General of South Korea in New York confirmed they had received no reports of any crime committed by or against Korean nationals in connection with the alleged assault on the informant, which meant only one thing: the attack Garosero Institute claimed had occurred might never have happened at all. Given the Institute's history of spreading false information, many netizens and media outlets began to believe the entire incident was fabricated. As revelations continued pouring in, even law enforcement began to feel overwhelmed. On May 19th, the Seoul Metropolitan Police held a press conference. There, they revealed they were currently investigating 10 different legal cases tied to the scandal. 7 complaints filed by Soo Hyun's team and 3 by Sae Ron's family. The tangled web of legal action, combined with the non-stop stream of new evidence, made one thing abundantly clear. This was going to take a long time to resolve, but some cases, they've already begun moving forward. On June 11th, it was confirmed that gold medalist had successfully obtained a provisional seizure order against assets owned by Kim Sae Ron, the head of Garosero Institute. According to Soo Hyun's legal team, the seizure targeted 2 real estate properties owned by Sae Ron, valued at a combined $8 million, 0 cents. Of that, $3 million, 0 cents was frozen on behalf of gold medalist. Even more significantly, the provisional court order also named Soo Hyun as a direct creditor in the seizure of Garosero Institute's sponsorship bank account, meaning he was now participating in the legal action not just through his agency, but personally. However, his attorneys clarified, Soo Hyun is involved in the bank asset seizure, but not in the property seizure. Why? because to join that case he would have to reveal personal information to Seo's legal team, a risk he isn't willing to take. The seizure order was linked to a criminal complaint filed by gold medalist against Kim Sae Ron, accusing him of making false claims. The lawsuit demanded $8.00, $8 million in damages, and the court's approval of the seizure suggested the claim had legal merit. But Seo didn't back down. A separate court order was issued, banning the institute from publishing content related to Soo Hyun, but that didn't stop them. When they announced a new live stream on June 13th, focused entirely on Soo Hyun, netizens immediately reported the violation to police. Authorities arrived at the institute's office and issued a verbal warning to Kim Sae, but he went live anyway, openly criticizing the police, calling their presence a suppression of free press. At this point, the situation is spiraling in all directions. More evidence continues to surface regarding Soo Hyun's alleged misconduct. But because of Seo Institute's history of misinformation, not every claim can be fully trusted. Meanwhile, advertisers and production companies who worked with Soo Hyun continue to file new lawsuits, and as court decisions stack up against him, the financial pressure is mounting. More asset seizures are expected. His legal challenges? Far from over. And even though the criminal investigations are progressing slowly, Soo Hyun's position is growing more compromised by the day. If things continue this way, it's not just his career at stake. It may be his freedom.